Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. I say welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. And what is my thought for today? Well, my thought for today is concerning the coronavirus vaccine. And that is, the title of this podcast will be Corona Vaccine or the RFID Microchip. Gates denies it. And where am I going with this? Okay, I mean, it's no secret. We know that the coronavirus vaccination is close to being completed by Pfizer, so they're due to come out soon. But what has got many people's feathers ruffled and curiosity is supposedly there's supposed to be a microchip or a tracer that is put on it, and it could possibly be in the vaccine, or it's supposedly attached to the label of the vaccine, whereas anyone who takes it, they automatically be kind of chipped and put into some type of database. And then they can, each person that they trace it back to or put a tracer on is also administered the vaccine, which is going to have supposedly the chip, on the maybe on the bottle or within the label. But either way, it's still tracking. And now some say it may even be in the vaccination. So there's a lot of people that are concerned. And even myself, I'm not one for conspiracy theories and stuff like that. But with the way things have been going since this pandemic and stuff like that, it definitely raises some questions, and it'll definitely make you raise your eyebrow. Because the other week ago, I did a podcast on the COVID-19 digital health passport. And so you will not be allowed to do any international travel without having taken the coronavirus vaccination. And so now, all of a sudden, if this vaccine, the closer we get to it being administered, now it's coming close to where they want people chipped or basically put in some type of database to track, who actually took it and what percentage of the population is taking it. Basically, it seems like it's going to come down to where it's going to be mandatory, because they're considering making sure that it goes into to all public schools or schools, period. So, your kids may have to take it. It may be mandatory, and definitely if you travel, it'll definitely be mandatory. But what other areas are they eventually going to make the coronavirus vaccination a mandatory thing? And that's where I see this setting. I'm not saying that this is the mark of the beast or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. But it does seem kind of suspect. It does seem real suspect. And when I look at it, I see it as population control. Because think about it. In any society, if you want to gain control of the population or the masses, you definitely want to, a pandemic is definitely one of the best ways to do that. But also, when you look at it, you want to get the youth. So if they want to make sure that your kids are tagged, so to speak, I'll just say a coronavirus tag. To me, that's still the same thing in the sense as chipping. Because now you have everybody on radar or on a scope, of Big Brother, where they can see, the movements of the population. And then when you add everything together with the digital currency going online, I mean, it's like put the pieces together, the dollars being over and obviously going into hyperinflation. Because they're printing too much of it. Then they're going to come out with a digital dollar, which is Fed Connect. The European central banks are going to come out with the digital euro. And China is already, has Bitcoin, and they're working on something digital. for their currency, and China's actually already digital, where they use a code like through Quora or something like that, and they use WeChat, Alibaba. So, really think about it and put two and two together as to where we're heading, and it looks like this pandemic, which some can say maybe it possibly popped up by accident, or, it was conspiracy theory may say that it was intentionally plotted so that you can shut the middle class down and shut down a bunch of businesses and basically gain centralized control. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like this coronavirus vaccine is a part of that plan to gain centralized control, and then also to align the global society under a one world order. And that's what it looks like to me. And I'm, like I said, there's some videos and obviously news reports on it, and I was just, the one I was looking at something from Reuters, news PR, and so I'll definitely leave the link, and it shows a video, and they're saying that, someone doctored this video with featuring Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, and Jack Ma, and said someone doctored it up, to make it seem as if Bill Gates was going to put a microchip in this coronavirus vaccine. But my thing is this, what kind of sounds kind of strange to me, it's like, why is a tech guy working on a vaccine? He's not a doctor. Think about it. Don't you find that kind of odd? This guy does Microsoft, and he's a techie guy. So it's like, how do you go from that to creating vaccines? Shouldn't that be someone that's a doctor or in a medical profession that would do that? And then if you want to think about some other things, it's like, okay, if the coronavirus it attacks the respiratory system, then why didn't we do this with the flu? You don't see any chipping or anything like that with the flu vaccination. People they take the shot and it gets recorded in their shot records, or the hospital can keep it. It goes in your shot records. So why can't you do the same with the coronavirus? Why do you have to have some type of chip? And I'm not, like I said, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not promoting conspiracy theories, but I just want to give you something to think about. A guy that does tech is creating cures, for diseases. Shouldn't that be in the field of medical experts? Shouldn't that be somebody like Dr. Fauci? Or somebody that deals with, say, maybe biology or immunology, that deals with these different systems in the body? Bill Gates, I don't recall him ever going to medical school. So how is it that he could find a cure or a vaccine, for a virus? He's not a medical professional or medical expert. So how did a tech guy figure out a cure, and then on top of that use a digital chipping system to be able to keep track or tag those that take it? I'm not saying that's true, but I mean that's what is supposedly what people are suspecting. A word on the street is that he's gonna chip those. They put a chip or a code on it. Whether you want to call it a microchip or if it's digital, basically it's a tag. And it's like anything else, it's like a brand. When you brand cattle, once you put that brand, on that steer, that cattle is marked. And so you can keep track, of those cattle, by the branding that they have. And it's no different with this coronavirus. It's suspected. If they are chipping, then that's branding, and that's the way of marking the population. And then with everything being digital, it's obviously going to go into a computer or a centralized database where you can use centralized control, just as they're bringing all other systems and making it digital, such as our monetary system. So just something to think about, guys. Something to think about. But that raises my eyebrow, and it sounds kind of shake-weighty to me. A tech guy working on a vaccine, and he's not a medical professional. That's not his area of expertise. So you tell me, how's that happen? But I'll leave a link, to the article, and obviously there's other news articles you can check. NBC. I mean, there's a whole bunch. I mean, it's out there. It's no big secret. But here we go. Once again, another change, and then who do they go after? They're gonna go after, the youth, because that's the future of the generation. They're going to definitely go after everybody, but the youth is what you want to get if you want to control a population or change the outcome and the direction in which your society is going. You want to get the youth. So more to come, guys. But something to think about. A tech guy creating a vaccination, and did this virus really just come out of nowhere, or was it possibly plotted? You be the judge of that. But the name of my podcast is Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And you can find me on Anchor. You can find me on Spreaker, Spotify, Listen, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, SoundCloud, and a host of other social media platforms. And I also have a YouTube channel called Eric Broadus YouTube. That's ERICBROADUS YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So please subscribe to Snacks Thoughts, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and smash that like button and tap that bell so you can get any podcasts, live streams, and any other videos coming out on my YouTube channel. But share both of them, please. Spread it. Share it with your friends, enemies, family, associates, co-workers, your dogs, cats, But the name of this podcast is the COVID-19 vaccine or RFID microchip. Gates denies. Catch you guys on the next one. Just some food for thought. Peace.